Breaking news, my people. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he don't speak from the DSS dungeon or DSS solitary confinement. We are in the rest because to me, they just keep him there, let him rest and regain strength because the task ahead of him is too much. So, my people of Biafra, I know that it is not a good place to stay, neither it is a relaxation center. But whichever way it is, to my own understanding, because if you are seeing spiritually, you will find out that they are just centering Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and building him for the very big task ahead, because anytime soon that he's bust out from that place, my dear brothers and sisters, and I go see a different ball game in this quest for Biafran referendum or Biafran state restoration. So my wonderful people, make on hear this breaking news before I proceed with other merriment that we have today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has spoken from the DSS camp and said he cannot go or undergo any surgery in DSS detention. And this one is coming from IPOB, and also Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have warned that nobody, on no account, should anybody perform anything that called surgery on him while in that DSS detention. He said it and he passed it on to the IPOB spokesperson, Imam Powerful. So that is why he brought it to the general public. Now that is what Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is telling to the his legal teams and also to Umu Chineke out there. So anywhere you are, be rest assured that our leader must surely regain freedom anytime soon. And that is the prophecy I have for my people. I'm not a prophet, but my words sometimes always like to come like a prophet or like a prophecy. So my wonderful people, if you never subscribe to my channel, endeavor to do that anytime soon. Make sure that you are sharing any of my message, liking it, commenting, and also keep on doing the needful. Because without you, there will be no me, and without me, you cannot get my kind of news. Listen to me, there's a lot of news or channels out there that you can watch, subscribe, listen, share, or do anything you feel like. But my own is different because Nkem DJ, Owogene, Owafa Mado. It's only person where the answer Namugebi, that one is never a good name. But Nkem DJ, my own is different, it's a very, very good name. And that is why you need to stick with Okute Daily Talk for your daily news, for your daily outcomes, and for your daily briefings and broadcasting. Because my own is that I must surely give you the right news you needed for the day. Even if it might not be your choice for that day, but be rest assured that another day it will be your choice. Because I am not doing it to please anybody. I'm only doing it to make sure that you know exactly what is happening in the Biafran struggle and our quest to regain our rightful position in the so-called contraption of Nigeria, which is getting our referendum from the contraption. So my wonderful people, please I want you to tighten your seatbelt because we don't have much time to deliberate on some other things. We are going straight to the news while we are here this morning. The indigenous people of Biafra has warned the federal government of Nigeria and the Department of State Service of any plan by the authorities to subject its leader Nnamdi Kanu to any form of surgery while in that so-called custody. This was as it claimed the imminent move was to further get Nnamdi Kanu's head ruptured and deteriorated while in detention of the DSS. IPOB further said that the peddling of some doctors by the DSS as personal physicians to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not only unfounded but ridiculous and unacceptable. Imam Powerful, the media and publicity secretary of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, said this in a statement. So make gonna do what? Calm down so that you go get the whole thing as it ought to be. Read the statement in full. This is the sequel to the deteriorating health of our leader, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the proposed ear surgery by the Nigerian government and DSS medical team. IPOB completely rejects and disagrees any ill-conceived surgery on our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The leader of IPOB, who has been illegally and unconstitutionally detained in the DSS dungeon for almost 2 years and now without charge. We reiterate that he should be released to his personal physicians who will perform the prescribed ear surgery on him anytime, any day. The DSS is not allowed to do anything on our leader. We want to draw the attention of IPOB worldwide, all lovers of freedom and lovers of Biafra, on the dangerous plans to neutralize the scent of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu through ear surgery by enemies on DSS medical team or on DSS Aworo. This one, it will shock you. It's obvious that DSS has intentions to eliminate our leader through this ill-conceived ear surgery. That is why they refuse to allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's special or personal and trusted physicians to attend to him. They have ulterior motive. That is why they are doing all these things, because they have tried in many ways all they can to make sure that they break the strength of this young man down, but he keep on pumping. Like, when I don't say how they pump football, now so much Nnamdi Kanu does the pump. Non-minding is look when he appear before the court. But let me tell you the simple truth. This man is like a cat with 9 lives, not 7, with 9 good lives. Because every black man DNA have complete 9 DNAs. What Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is passing through today, if a white man or white woman or anyone either from Asia, Europe or whatever passed through it, they must have gone even before the first 6 months. But this man is keep on wallowing stronger and stronger. And I told you earlier, or I told you people earlier, that what they are doing to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is just what to bring a new brand of Mazi Onyendo Nnamdi Kanu. When he busts out from that place, you will see a different ball game in this struggle. Believe it or leave it, but it must surely come to pass. That is my word for you people today. It's obvious that DSS has intention to eliminate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Therefore, we reject any DSS or Nigerian government-sponsored surgery on our leader while he is still being detained illegally in solitary confinement. It is true that our leader requires urgent ear surgery from the injury that the Nigerian agents inflicted on him when he was kidnapped, tortured in Kenya, and however, such surgery will not take place while he is still under the captivity of the DSS. What will happen if he develops any medical complications during or after the said surgery in the detention facilities, which means he don't even have enough facilities to attend to him? That is exactly what they are trying to do. But be rest assured that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be unconditionally released before he can do what? He can do any ear surgery, as the courts ordered or released on medical grounds to attend to his health. If the Nigerian DSS could not find any qualified entertainment doctor to handle Buhari's, could not find any resident doctors to handle Buhari's ear infection during his 8 years in office, how come DSS suddenly have qualified resident doctors in their team to carry out ear surgery on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? It is uncalled for. The same way Buhari was a leader of a nation is the same way Mazi Onyendo Okuchukwu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a leader of over 75 million people, of over 75 million of Biafran nation. IPOB is capable of taking our leader to any part of the world for the best medical services. We therefore once again call on the Nigerian government and DSS to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If anything untoward happens to him, they will dance to any tune IPOB will play for them. In fact, they should be ready to dance at a logo for the IPOB when the time is right. We want them with their cohorts who are showcasing some doctors as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's doctors to cease and desist from it. We urge Biafrans to oppose the planned ear surgery on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as planned by Nigerian government and the DSS agents. There are serious indications that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not make it alive if he goes into any operation under the enemy's supervision. Mazi Sanwo-Olu will be coming on the air by the weekend to speak on this serious subject and the risk associated with the enemy's planned ear surgery on our leader. Let the Nigerian government and DSS release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to his personal physicians to handle the ear surgery. The DSS, who were responsible for his ear injury through the brutal torture cannot be trusted to heal him by surgery on the same ear. More so, DSS must not force or medically subdue our leader in order to perform any surgery on him, because that will be a declaration of war and of wars on Biafrans. If they want to see, let them try such rubbish. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu needs urgent surgery, and the only option acceptable to us, IPOB worldwide, is his unconditional release as ordered by the court, or release him on medical grounds to his personal physicians for the said ear surgery. Under the hearing, and so the thing take be. We call on IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu legal teams, both home and abroad, to reject the Nigerian government proposed ear surgery on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Okuchukwu Nnamdi Kanu, wife, and his siblings must reject such an offer too. Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of over 75 million indigenous people of Biafra, and his health is a national concern that must be handled carelessly. Okay, that must not be handled carelessly. DSS and those parading doctors in Abuja should know that Nnamdi Kanu is no longer owned by Kanu family. He's now the property of 75 million Biafran people. In the summary, IPOB, Ndi and Biafran say no to ear surgery on our leader. So let the international community hear this one now. Not tomorrow now. They will say that the IPOB is they don't practice democracy, or they're doing this, they're doing that. International community, when you get this news, my people, please try as much as you can to do what? To share it in any platform you belong, so that the world will be aware that the Biafrans have been crying and shouting on top of their voice. We cannot accept any ear surgery that's coming from Nigerian government or the so-called DSS. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by the Nigerian government, DSS, or any other groups, medical team, while he's still being illegally detained inside DSS dungeon. Instead, we call for his release from illegal detention for his private doctors to handle the ear surgery. This message is written by Comrade Iman Powerful, Media and Publicity Secretary for IPOB, and is brought to you by Okute Daily Talk from my own point of view. Presidential Tribunal resumes sitting with Peter Obi's petition against Tinubu. The Presidential Election Petition Tribunal on Tuesday have resumed sitting in the suit by Peter Obi of Labour Party challenging the victory of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who contested the 2023 election on the platform of All Progressive Congress, APC. The court started today's sitting at about 9:22 a.m. and the lead justice thanked everyone for coming and asked for continued cooperation during the hearing. The national women leader of the Labour Party, Ms. Dudu Manuga, stands in for her party, while Chris Megida represents the APC in court. For the appearance of the councils in court, Dr. Levi Uzouku, SAN, leads the petitioners team. Abubakar Mahmudu San leads the first respondent team. Chief Akin Olujimi San leads the second and third respondents team, while Afolabi Fashanu SAN leads the fourth respondent team. More details will be followed later. On the hearing, as we are talking about, according to the news I earlier gave today, we will find out that people have been killed, people have been dying on daily basis. Those ones who are dying, watch it very well. You can only see a minority of the Fulani, no, not Fulani, Fulani can never, a minority of the real Hausas. Then the majority of them dying on daily basis are Christians. Now, suspended Fulani militias and the Fulani herdsmen killed clergymen and 20 others in Plateau State. This state is being controlled and occupied by Christians. Simon Lalong, who happens to be the governor of Plateau State, have not been doing anything simply because he have already sold that very state to the Fulanis. Everything that concerns Plateau State is owned by Fulanis. That is why they are forcing these people either they live in peace or they live in pieces, or they won't even be alive to leave that place. That is exactly what they are trying. They are doing ethnic cleansing and religion cleansing in that very particular state. The same thing is happening in Benue State. It's happening in Taraba, Southern Kaduna, and many other states that Christians occupied. These people have an evil agenda, but we wait to see. Christian Association of Nigeria have not been saying anything in all the killings, but it's being handled by these people on Christians. That is where I am surprised. It seems like what El-Rufai said on one of his broadcasts is real, that the victory of Asuwaju have already silenced all of them, so they don't have any mouth now to say anything. A clergyman and 20 other persons have been killed, while others sustained various degrees of injuries in Rim, Jol, and Kiwi communities of Riyom local government area and Ghana Rob community in Bakin Ladi local government area of Plateau State, when a suspected Fulani militia launched an attack on Sunday night. The spokesperson of the State Police Command, DSP Alabo Alfred, confirmed the latest incident. This came a few hours after 2 headers were shot dead in Fast community in Riyom local government area Sunday evening. He confirmed the 2 incidents, assuring that the security personnel were on top of the situation. He said the 2 Fulani were killed first, while the second attacks were launched later in the night. The Commissioner of Police has visited the scene of the incident. We are investigating the cause of the attack. Reports have it that the gunmen invaded the villages when the residents of the affected communities were sleeping. The National Publicity Secretary of Birom Youth Movement, Wang Teng-Wong, who also confirmed the incident, said 2 persons were killed in Rim village of Riyom local government area, 7 killed in Jol, 11 in Kiwi, while a clergyman, Reverend Nicodemus Kim, was also killed in Ganaro, Bakin Ladi local government area. He called on the federal government and the state government to come up with new strategies to address the security situation in the country, particularly in Plateau State. They are not going to address it as long as it has to do with Christians in that very area. El-Rufai and the so-called cabals will never say anything concerning it. I tell you the simple truth. They will not say anything concerning it. But if it happens to be in Hausa, whatever, look at what happened in Nasarawa then. When the Nigerian Air Force were chasing bandits and they happened to attack Nasarawa community where these bandits mostly occupied. And there are so few people who are not bandits. It affected them and they are Fulanis. They revoked and said that the federal government now is targeting them. And the federal government quickly addressed that issue and put it to rest. But these ones, nobody will say anything simply because they are what? They are Christians, because they have a script already to flush out anything that got to do with Christianity in Nigeria. And that is the reason why none of them is saying anything. But my greatest surprise and anger or my sad moment is for Khan to be silent on all this that is happening. Last, everybody must do what? Must collect. The Akpabio, where you all of you know, that handled NDDC with a fainting minister, is now the senator-elect of the federal or of the Fulani government of Nigeria. Fulani Republic of Nigeria. Okay. Breaking, Akpabio elected Senate President. Senator Godswill Akpabio has been elected the President of the 10th Senate. Akpabio was elected on the floor of the Senate after his inauguration. He emerged winner to beat his contender, Senator Abdulaziz Yari, both members of All Poverty Congress. Details of it will emerge later. So make una do what? Make una just keep up, because we are going to come back with the latest news on what happens. Speakership battle, no secret ballot, other things you need to know about it. In the next few minutes, the 10th House of our Representatives will be inaugurated and the election of the presiding officers will be conducted. The election will finally end the campaign for the presiding officers. How many aspirants are contesting for the speakership? Some weeks back, there were 11 lawmakers in the race. Idris Wase, Ado Dogowa, Moketa Betara, Yusuf Gadgi, Sadi Solomene, and Miriam Onoha, Ben Carlo, Tajuddin Abbas, Abdurrahim Oluwayi, Abubakar Maki and Aminu Jaji. However, Betara, Kano, Kalu, Oluwa, Maki, Garrick, and Dogwa have stepped down, leaving only 5 candidates in the race who conduct the election. In the past, the clerk conducts the elections for the 2 chambers of the National Assembly. However, the lawmakers have amended the standing order of the House to allow the deputy clerk to preside. Before, the lawmakers in the lower chamber must wait until the conclusion of the election of the presiding officers of the Senate before their election. Now, the election will be at the same time. Open ballot. Another change in this year's election is that every member will vote for his or her preferred candidate in the open. No secret ballot. It is going to be an open ballot system. The new amendment to Order 2 reads, every member voting shall name clearly in the open of the candidate of his choice. The idea of an open ballot is generating bills, as many fear that it could intimidate lawmakers into voting in a certain way or direction. I think the open ballot system is not a very good idea in the sense that we are used to a closed ballot system in Nigeria. Why do you have to change this when it comes to the National Assembly? It breeds animosity against members who vote in a particular direction. I would prefer the open balloting on issues, bills, and motions. I am not sure people can emotional about the system. Hassan Olarunwaju, a programs officer at the Youth Hub Africa, told our Daily Post. A legal practitioner, Henry Eni Otu, said even though the National Assembly has the power by virtue of Section 54, Subsection 3 to make its own rules, it brings animosity. Section 54, Subsection 3 of the Constitution, as amended, gives the legislature the power to make rules that govern them. They equally have the right, by reason of the same, to make rules that will govern their proceedings and practice as it relates to the election of its principal officers. In this instance, Speaker and Deputy Speaker as well. With regard to the open ballot system, first, the open ballot system would deprive persons the freedom to express the convictions of their minds without any fear or favor. One of the challenges of an open ballot is the impact of bad blood it could generate after the election. It may equally generate a winner-takes-all syndrome if they had gone for the closed ballot system. That would have given the lawmakers the freedom to choose whoever they want. However, the open ballot promotes courage because it will take courage for someone to stand even in the face of animosity or threat, he said. A quorum of the House. With the constitutional amendment, the inauguration process won't start until 240 members were seated in the past. It used to be 1/3. It will be recalled that Bukola Saraki emerged as the Senate President with 57 senators in attendance. Amendment to Section 54, Subsection 1 has changed the quorum of the first sitting of the 2 chambers. It means that 2/3 of the lawmakers must be seated and must be in attendance. So my wonderful people, the viewers and subscribers all over the world, the lovers of freedom and the lovers of mankind, if you like saying I hear, we go take do what? We go take carry our kaya and go with the go so. We're gonna keep on subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting on everything that have to do with Okute Daily Talk. Until I come your way again, I still remain your one and only. That's your media man with a difference. And your broadcaster, where gets wag. Have a nice day. May good Lord bless us all. Amen and amen. Thank you.